There was a man who disappeared from his own grind. For 30 mornings he walked past his desk, left his phone untouched, ignored routines, and sat in silence. Same chair, same hour, same stillness. No journal, no affirmations, no podcast, just breath, just presence. Friends thought he'd lost discipline. Colleagues assumed he'd lost ambition. Mentors whispered he was falling behind. But on the 31st day, without launching anything or making a single call, 3 opportunities he had envisioned for years landed in his inbox. 2 precise to be random. 2 aligned to be luck. What no one saw was the real work. He wasn't idle. He was dismantling the constant signal of striving, stepping away from the identity that equates effort with worth. He stopped performing for life. He started tuning into it. Here, what few admit, the universe doesn't respond to how much you do. It responds to who you are when you're not doing. The field of possibility speaks in frequency, not effort. Most men miss this because they only speak the language of action. That's why they burn out, repeat timelines, and achieve while feeling unseen and unfulfilled. The field doesn't measure hustle. It measures broadcast, not the curated one for the world, but the one you transmit when no one is watching. When you're not visualizing, manifesting, or checking for signs, that's when the signal is pure. That's when life actually listens. Science calls this coherence. Your thoughts pulse electricity. Your heart radiates magnetism. Together, they form a vibrational ID that constantly transmits, not words or goals, but state. Here's the catch. You can map the perfect business plan while radiating fear. You can affirm wealth while your nervous system rehearses scarcity. You can grind daily while broadcasting it's not working. That contradiction keeps doors closed. This isn't blame, it's awareness. Once you grasp what the field actually receives, you stop wasting energy forcing outcomes. You begin speaking the only language it understands, embodied alignment. That man in silence wasn't lazy. He was recalibrating, stripping away static from striving, proving, performing. He remembered a truth often lost in noise. Alignment cannot be earned, only returned to. And that return can't be faked, it must be felt. Here's the paradox. Most manifest using tools the field doesn't translate, grind, rituals, endless strategies. But the field isn't logical, it's vibrational. It doesn't decode actions, it registers the energy behind them. So ask yourself, if you stopped all external effort today, would your energy still magnetize your vision? Would it signal trust and inevitability or leak scarcity and doubt? Because the truth isn't about doing nothing. It's about becoming someone who no longer vibrates from lack, no longer performs to prove worth, no longer begs life to deliver. Instead, he embodies the man the future cannot ignore. When that shift happens, manifestation stops being mysterious. You stop wondering why things haven't arrived. You know what you're broadcasting and how to shift it from static into signal. That's when you stop chasing alignment. You start living it, and the world responds. Many believe the universe behaves like a parent, rewarding work, obedience, discipline. But the quantum field is not parental or moral. It is precise and responsive to resonance. It mirrors coherence. It doesn't respond to strategies or effort. It responds to the signal you broadcast now. Neuroscience calls this state-dependent encoding. The body stores emotional patterns as vibration. If your mind imagines prosperity but your emotions rehearse scarcity, the field echoes scarcity, not punishment but reflection. Picture a tuning fork humming at 432 Hz. Place another tune to like nearby and it vibrates too, no touch, only resonance. Manifestation works the same. The field doesn't grant anything. It harmonizes with what you embody. When thought, feeling, and state align, you broadcast coherence and reality matches. The paradox: the moment you try to force high frequency, you step out of it, trying signals resistance. Wanting reveals absence, performing masks insecurity. The field registers this instantly. That's why many plateau. They manifest with the mind, but the body transmits fear and lack. Words affirm abundance, but the electromagnetic field tells the truth. Inside, you notice the tight chest, the waiting for proof. That tension is the real signal. The subconscious speaks in emotion, not language. Emotion has a magnetic pull. As Dr. Joe Dispenza says, An elevated emotion, combined with a clear intention, is the formula for creation. Yet most focus only on intention. They state desires while radiating the opposite. It's like dialing the right number but whispering into the wrong receiver. The field does not recognize future tense. There is no "I will." It mirrors present state. If you're always reaching, you broadcast "not here yet." Reality reflects exactly that. Many treat manifestation as performance, chasing outcomes to validate themselves, but the chase emits lack. The field responds not to effort but to stance. The way forward is shifting roles from performer to transmitter. Let go of proving, radiate instead. Don't act as if, embody as is. The strongest manifester isn't the one with endless methods, but the one who needs the fewest. Their inner coherence bends timelines. Most focus on what they want, not who they are before practice begins. Vision boards and affirmations don't magnetize reality if they contradict self-concept. This is vibrational identity, the energetic template you carry. Your dreams can't anchor if your vibration denies them. Manifestation isn't ritual. It's energy architecture shaped through nervous system patterns, daily emotions, and unconscious expectations. Imagine meditating at sunrise, repeating "I am abundant" 100 times. If you still embody unworthiness or striving, your frequency contracts. You act from becoming, not being. The field mirrors vibration, not words. Identity lives in the body, in breath, posture, subtle muscle tension. The body stores memory, repeating old signals unless disrupted. Elevated practices lose power when attempted from the old self. It's like installing new software on outdated hardware. The signal scrambles, shifting requires awareness, catching yourself slipping into the past self who doubts, pushes, or seeks proof. These regressions appear as small contractions, a sigh, a slump, a pause. Each signals you've stepped into an identity your future cannot merge with. Your desired reality cannot attach to an expired self. The field maintains coherence. The solution isn't forcing new beliefs, but embodying a new state until it feels natural. This is vibrational training. You rehearse the energy of the future self until it's baseline. Begin small. Sit quietly, not to manifest, but to witness. Feel into the self who no longer grasps. Ask, what would I release if I already was who I claim to be? Then release it. Identity is not performance, it's frequency stabilized through presence. It isn't about collecting signs, it's about frequency. When thoughts, emotions, and behaviors harmonize, you stop searching for proof, you become the proof. The shift isn't forcing belief or repeating mantras, but embodying coherence so deeply the field must echo you. Here's a practice to reset alignment. A 90-second daily pulse to broadcast a clean signal. The moment you wake before your phone, pause, sit still, transmit before you receive. One breath in, and as you exhale, imagine energy expanding outward. Choose 3 words not as wishes but as states you already embody. Whisper them. Feel them rearrange your body. Picture them rippling outward, not pleading but knowing. This anchors identity before the world defines you. You become the code. Subtle shifts follow. Your body softens yet stands taller, breath steadies, choices sharpen. You say no without apology, yes without fear. You walk in a field you're shaping, not chasing. For 7 mornings before the noise, broadcast your signal. Declare, I am the signal. Not to manifest faster, but because the field asks not for effort but coherence. Next, we extend coherence into the day, not resisting doubts but refusing to resonate with them. You've tuned higher. Then doubt or delay tries to pull you back. This is initiation. The field isn't punishing you, it's mirroring where your signal wavers. Most slip back not from failure but because the new signal isn't rooted. Alignment isn't discipline, it's remembrance. Frequency lives in quiet choices, micro-decisions, subtle reactions, emotional signatures. Real shifts happen not in leaps but in moments when small choices stop contradicting new identity. You get a message that once triggered a spiral. Before, you'd rush to fix or control. Now you stop, breathe, remember, I am the transmitter. That pause recalibrates. It signals life. I no longer react from the past. I respond from alignment. Moment. The urge to chase rises. You ask, would the me who already lives this feel urgency? If not, you embody that no. You slow, trust, radiate. Micro moments shape posture. Posture is silent power. It says, I am safe to allow. I am certain without proof. Layer this with environment. Let surroundings affirm frequency. Which sounds, textures, light, and people mirror the future you. Which thoughts are no longer welcome. This is energetic hygiene. And if you slip, return to breath, not to soothe, but to broadcast. Whisper your words, pulse again. Over time, practice becomes baseline. You're no longer reactive but anchored. The field rearranges, not because you pushed, but because you held steady where you once flinched. You once braced against uncertainty, but now remain open. You once doubted, but now stand steady. This shift bends timelines. The final truth is not about more rituals, but dissolving effort into something deeper. Manifestation isn't perfect discipline. It arises when outcome no longer defines you, when your energy is whole and magnetic. The field reflects not to reward, but because it has no other option. Surrender isn't lowering standards. It's alignment so clean you no longer chase proof. You don't need signs because you are the sign. Surrender is merging with presence, walking with trust and precision. And here is the mystery. When you no longer need the desire seeks you. Without tension in the how or when, your frequency becomes inevitable. To live as Neville Goddard taught is to embody the wish fulfilled, not waiting or forcing, but standing as the self complete within. In that alignment, time bends, life rearranges, opportunities appear, not because of effort, but because identity aligned. This is the shift from pushing to allowing, from performing to transmitting, from chasing to radiating. If these words stirred your heart, you're already in the shift. This is more than content, it's a frequency, a signal strengthening through all of us. If this vibration feels like yours, stay connected, not just for words, but for the movement you're part of. Thank you for watching and going on this inner shift with me. Keep coming back to that truth. In our next video, share this video with someone who's been stuck on the manifesting journey. Help them see the reversal too. And of course, subscribe if you haven't yet and turn on notifications, because in upcoming videos we'll go deeper into advanced quantum alignment, habit weaving, and energetic upgrades.